the small town shadows where dreams sometimes fade, there's a light that's burning brighter every day. MAKS they call it, and I know it's true, giving hope to hearts that have been torn in two.
Every child deserves a safe, loving environment. But for many children, that need goes unmet. That's why we started MAKS, to make a difference in the lives of foster kids who need support the most. We hope by providing for their basic care needs, we can make their lives just a little bit easier during a very difficult time.
Hi, my name is Morgan Bradley, and I'm the president and founder here at MAKS. Thank you so much for coming tonight to our first ever Paint the Town Red Gala. All the proceeds raised tonight will go straight to us here at MAKS to continue to provide things for the children that are in our local communities that are currently in foster care. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how MAKS was born. In 2018, after opening my foster care license, I received many children on my doorstep. I found that there was quite a bit of a need of things that I thought I would be able to provide for those children. So with my friends and family, we started to-go bags. In those to-go bags, there was personal care and comfort items that the children might need for about 24 to 48 hours. At that time, I saw, gosh, there's so much of a bigger need here that I feel like I could help. So with growing our MAKS village, we all came together and decided what vision we would take next. From the Mary Poppins closet to the front of my house, to a storage units, to our trailer, and then now to our 1,200 square foot building in downtown Chesterton on Grant Avenue. Our building is a 24 access ability to all the people that work for the Department of Child Services. We also provide things for foster care placements and for relative placements. We're able to provide the children with toothbrushes, to cribs, to car seats, to clothing. Everything is 100% free to them. And it's honestly been incredible to see how many lives we have touched in just a short amount of time. We are so happy to share this night with you guys and show you a little bit of what MAKS does. So please sit back and enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope that you can learn a little bit more about how we make children smile here at MAKS. Thanks again for coming, and can't wait to talk to you more tonight.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Wysocki, and I am the Vice President, Treasurer, and Business Arm of MAKS. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the numbers at our facility so that you can see what you're supporting. Last year, we started out a new adventure moving from a Mary Poppins closet to storage units in each county to our new facility in Chesterton, Indiana. This obviously enabled us to have the beautiful storefront we have today and have more space and organization for the items people need, but it also enabled us to track more of what was going out the door. It was really hard for us to keep our pulse on what was going out of the storage units, especially when people were pulling clothing requests out of storage bins. Today, we have sheets that track what go out of our facility for two reasons. One, to help us with funding, and two, so that we know what we need to have in stock 24/7 for our kids in care when they're removed from home. That way, when DCS comes into our facilities 24/7, it's there ready to go for them. The next thing that we look at is the number of children that we're serving in total. That in 2023 was 750 kids in care that were provided with emergency request items from MAKS from April until December of that year. This year, so far, we've helped over 650 kids, with October, November, and December not included in the numbers. Unfortunately, this trend means that the numbers of children being removed from their homes is increasing. And we want to make sure that we can provide those kids with what they need while they're going through this difficult time in their lives. We really would like to thank all of you for coming today to our gala and for being a supporter. It takes a village to raise kids, and we appreciate you being a part of that village. Thank you so much for supporting MAKS and continuing to help us grow and move forward in helping more kids in care.
These foster kids with stories untold find a second chance as their futures unfold. With every tear and every battle they've known, MAKS offers love, a place to call home.
With the help of our amazing donors, partners, and volunteers, we were able to expand our services. In the future, we plan on adding support groups for foster families, expanding our storefront, and helping even more kids in care. Every step of the way, we are working to make more partnerships in the community to build the MAKS Village and help our vulnerable kids.
And
Hello, my name's Erin,
I'm Wendell.
and we're foster parents here in Valparaiso.
I just want to talk a little bit about MAKS and how incredibly helpful it is to have 24-hour access to anything you might need as a foster parent. That call can come at any time, usually day or night, and most oftentimes at night, usually in the middle of the night. And it could be anywhere from a newborn to a 15-year-old girl to a 12-year-old boy. You never know what you're going to get. And I really don't know any human being in the world that has everything they might need on hand at all times to help these children. To have that access to a place like that for just that initial intake is incredibly helpful. We've had babies, of course no cribs, no diapers, anything like that on hand.
And like Wendell said, it's impossible for us to store all of the things at our house for all ages of children. So it's just such a blessing to be able to go to MAKS and get what we need or ask if MAKS might have something in stock. For example, there was a night that I got a call for a newborn baby and I had to go pick him up from the hospital and I did not have any newborn clothes. I didn't have a car seat, so it was such a blessing to have MAKS be able to provide those items for this baby so I could get him into a safe and loving, nurturing home.
What I didn't realize when I became a foster parent, what I think a lot of people don't realize, is more times than not, these kids will show up with the clothes on their back, sometimes even just a pair of pajamas. Or if they may happen to have some items, it's thrown in a black plastic garbage bag. And those items might be 2 pairs of pants and 3 shirts, a pair of underwear, and a pair of socks, and that's it.
Wendell and I spend a lot of our time volunteering at MAKS. In fact, I help run the store now. I had started with MAKS a couple years ago when MAKS was running out of storage units, and I helped to manage the Valparaiso location. And then now we have a store that we've had for over a year. I think it's been a year and a half now. And it's just such a blessing to be able to have MAKS available to us foster parents. And it's also, honestly, it's a blessing for me to be able to work there and volunteer my time and meet some of the other people that come in. Even sometimes some of the kids come in and shop, like teenagers. They're able to actually go around the store and shop themselves and pick out their own clothes. So it's really rewarding. So we are so grateful that you came tonight. We're grateful to all of our sponsors, our donors, all of our volunteers, everybody that works together to make MAKS happen and be this amazing resource in Northwest Indiana for these children that are displaced from their families.
Hi, my name is Shelly. I wanted to come and say how grateful we are for MAKS. During the last 2 years, we've taken in 2 extra children. We have 4 of our own. We took in our great nephew almost 2.5 years ago. And 10 months after that, we took in our newborn great niece. At that point, we had a house full and then didn't have the means to gather everything within a day to bring this newborn home. We reached out to MAKS and they were ever so giving. They got us a crib. We had a crib mattress, thankfully. They got us a bunch of newborn outfits and just things that you just wouldn't think that you would need in such a short time. They were able to provide for us and help us transition from a family of 7 to a family of 8 within a 24-hour period. We are always sharing MAKS posts because I know that without their help, that we would have been stuck. And I know there are other families out there who have gone through the kinship family fostering, and it is such a wonderful program for them to be able to help the families that want to help others but don't really have the means within a certain time frame. So yes, thank you, MAKS, so much for everything that you have done for us.
Hi, my name is Brennan Granger. I've been a foster mom for a little over 5 years now, and MAKS has really helped in our fostering journey in a lot of different ways, not only with clothes and shoes and things, but I remember distinctly at one point we already had 2 kids in our home, and we were only licensed to take in 1 more, but we got a call for a sibling set and we didn't want to say no, but we didn't have a bed for them, and DCS said they would take care of the licensing issue, and MAKS said they would take care of the bed issue. So within a day we had bunk beds sent to us with mattresses so that the kids had a comfortable place to sleep and a place that was all their own. And I just remember always being really touched by that, like how quickly they answered the call for that and made something that was kind of stressful a whole lot easier.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Sarmento. I am a foster parent in Chesterton. I first heard about MAKS when I was going through my licensing a little over 2 years ago. I was given some little to-go bags when I got through my licensing of just some care items for older kiddos that would have been placed with me as an emergency placement. I tucked those away into my storage space for every age range of kid that I thought I could possibly take in or would be willing to take in for a rainy day. And you mentally prepare for taking in the age range that you set out, but it's really hard when you get that phone call on a Friday night saying that this kid is going to be stuck in the office. So you say yes to a placement and you don't have anything for a 12-year-old boy, and you have to call up MAKS and say, please help me. And they all of a sudden are sending you clothes and making sure that you have enough for this kiddo to feel like they belong in your home for however long they're there. The first time I got a phone call for a sibling set, I was licensed for 2 and had 1 opening, and then said yes to 2 more kids, and had MAKS literally over in my kids' bedroom building spare beds and cribs with me, so that way I could take in these 2 kiddos and they had a safe place to sleep that night. They also gave me the car seats to fit in my car. It just gave me such reassurance knowing that MAKS was there and I didn't have to run to Target and buy all the things, and I had MAKS there to help me in that situation, because when those kids are coming in, it's such a peace of mind to know that they are going to be safe and they're going to feel like they belong and not feel like they were an afterthought in your home. And it's so critical that MAKS is there and able to provide that for us as foster parents.
Hand-me-down boots to brand new dreams. MAKS is the bridge across troubled streams. They'll stand tall with courage by their side in a world so big where they once tried to hide.
Today, MAKS is growing faster than ever. We've been able to serve more foster children each year, and our impact continues to spread. Now, we're expanding to new regions, partnering with more foster care agencies, and launching programs focused on safe sleep, emergency assistance, and long-term stability for children in need. But we're not stopping here. We're excited about the future and what's ahead. We're committed to doing even more, reaching more children, providing more resources, and ensuring that every foster child we encounter feels supported, loved, and hopeful about their future. And it's because of you, our supporters, that we've come this far. And together, we can continue to change lives, one child at a time. We would be nothing without all the support of our dedicated, hardworking volunteers and the incredible donors that believe in our mission
and we want to send a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you.